thing is I don't know how to media assets. Like,
You don't know
I
how.
don't know. Oh, you know what I bet you could do? I bet we could go to YouTube and oh, this is great. We're live. It's so much fun. Hello.
Yeah,
Um,
we definitely know what we're doing
okay, it is live.
on YouTube.
Yes. So I can just
Okay.
pull that number question mark and put it on BackerKit.
From if you want to screen
Oh,
share.
okay. I
Hello.
can see. Yes, I can see. Okay, I know what it is now. All right. It should work. I'm about to
Is
push
it
save.
different from what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I pushed it. I don't know. Nothing
Okay. Nothing
changed.
has happened on BackerKit, but maybe it won't until 5:30.
Maybe. Because I pulled the number just like it said in the little thingamabopper. Um, and then I saved it. Can I push? Oh
If
no, I
we
don't want
somehow
that. Go
can't edit
back.
this later and anybody is watching, we've never live streamed on from YouTube to BackerKit before, so
We're having so much fun.
we're
It's
in new
fun. We're
territory.
professionals. I
Um,
paused the YouTube video at a really inopportune spot. I'm not gonna lie, and our faces are like, "Oh, there's comments. Hello, thank you. We are doing some technical stuff. I don't know if this will show up
Hello,
right.
Haley and Christina.
Well, Haley and Christina, you get to see this is as much behind the scenes as anything. I've never felt more like a boomer than I do in this moment of being like, how do we stream on
What is
YouTube?
the? Yeah.
I thought I knew, but apparently I didn't. The question is are we going to go live properly on
Will BackerKit
on
just poof?
I wonder if we can move it up. No, don't touch it, Katie. Don't touch it.
Well, yeah, because it did send a
Hello, San
notification telling
Antonio.
me that's so us. This is the behind the scenes. Is like we could just push the button early. Let's just push the button early. Every campaign launch we've ever had has been like, what if we just push it?
What if we just did it like right now? Like what then?
It is
Um,
3 weeks early, but it's fine. We'll just go.
fine. What? I don't understand. Okay. I don't know. How do
Yay! Hi
I
from San Antonio. Is it snowy there too? Did you guys get snow in San Antonio? My family in Houston was sending pictures of snowmen. They were quite proud of themselves. Very tiny snowmen, but snowmen nonetheless. More snowmen than we can do here in San Diego.
Okay, so you're streaming from this thingy-mabopper or that thingy-mabopper, then you pull that thingy-mabopper, which should work. Listen, a light dusting. That's not too bad. I mean, I guess I'm sure ice is like the problem and stuff. Like, nobody's equipped to deal with that. Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm really
So
excited
yeah.
about these books. We have about 10 minutes before we theoretically start. Hopefully, this will work out. But you're here, and that's what matters.
How did you guys know to tune into YouTube? How did you?
I do have like a handful, a smattering even of followers on YouTube. Maybe they got notified.
Hmm.
They're like, oh, awesome.
Oh, that's so sweet, Haley.
Concord is hey, I did say on Instagram to come over here. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
you
I know
sent
how to
them to
promote
YouTube
things.
versus BackerKit.
No, the
Oh, Ellen.
oh yeah,
Okay.
the post. So the YouTube did a talk to post. That's fine. A cross post. These are words. Um, yeah, Chapters
Definitely
is
know what you mean.
crazy, Marissa. Like I think adapted two of the books, and
I
um,
remember when you first, yeah.
like I played through that game, like a good portion of that game, and I was like, oh. Oh my goodness. Like
There was a
scandalous.
Hook and Tink one, right? Or did I just see the art and then they didn't finish it?
They did Desperate Measures. I think they did Learn My Lesson in May. I don't know if they did Hook and Tink. I don't remember. I don't know. I
Hmm.
know they did like two or three of them. They bought a bunch of them, but it still hasn't shown up on Backer Kids. So I don't know. I think it shows up at the
It's
appropriate
not
time.
time yet. Yeah, we
I'm gonna
are.
move up the time.
Yeah, because then we can figure it out prior to people thinking that it's going to start.
I moved up to 525. So like not right this second. It updated there. I don't know. Yeah, oh they did do Hook and Take. All right, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, the Black Rose Customs decided to be very suspicious of us and they thought that we were dealing with illicit materials. And so they like
They
dismantled, I
like
think, like 6 out of 11 pallets to like dig
and like
around in the
opened
goodies.
the boxes, opened the like um cling wrap, like
Cellophane?
the cellophane that's on the books to take the books out of the slip cases. Like I don't know if they thought they were like fake books with like something hidden inside, but boy did they pull our stuff apart. And then just like,
Yeah.
here you go. Here's a pile that's no longer like palletized. Get this to your
3 months later.
warehouse.
Or 2 months. It's been so long. It was before Thanksgiving. Our books hit Houston before Thanksgiving. We're like, yes, we're gonna have them out before Christmas. And Customs said, no, actually, you're not.
I'm
But they are in the
convinced
warehouse.
they like saw the label on the thing was like Black Rose auction and they were like, this sounds sketch. Like what kind of auction? What are you doing?
They're
And
not
then they opened
wrong.
it and saw that it was books. And then they opened the books and were like, whoa, what is this? And I'm convinced that some customs agent like shut themselves in that shipping container and just like read the books for a couple months, saying that they were like inspecting it because
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
yeah, I have to be very thorough, every page.
There could be all sorts of illicit material in here. Like
Because yeah.
it's I mean, it's funny to me when official people have to read this kind of stuff because like every once in a while I get a letter from a prison that somebody tried to give a prisoner one of my books and they're like, you're not allowed to be in this prison actually because of, and they have to list the reason. So they have to read far enough in to like list the reason of why this book's not allowed, why it's like not acceptable in prison. And they don't like Desperate Measures very much. So shout out to the people trying to read in prison, but not allowed to, and that's a
It
bummer.
doesn't take very long in Desperate Measures to figure out why that's not going to
Well,
work.
and also like it's not necessarily explicit material. Oh, it's live on BackerKit,
Hello, Backer Kit.
or it's there's a button you can push a button on BackerKit. What happens now?
Oh no, I see a thing. If I'm on Backer Kit,
Okay, let's go.
oh,
Oh, yes, they are accepted in home.
okay.
All right, so we got some stuff to share. We're gonna show off the books. We're gonna talk through like the process of this. And if you're coming from like Instagram or Threads, we are here talking today about these special editions that we are going to launch March 4th. And we're very, very excited. So we're gonna talk like through the books, kind of what you can expect of the campaign.
But we are
What,
about 5 minutes early starting from our published time that everybody was waiting for. So
yes,
we'll just like do light intro before we get into the
intro.
thick of it because yeah,
Listen,
we like to keep
did
everybody
you
on their
know
toes.
we at we are bonkers romance? Yes, we publish books, which is kind of crazy to say, but like we do a lot of special. We've done 3 campaigns now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this will be my fifth. Bonkers is fourth, and we know
Mhm.
stuff. We know stuff, and we're gonna not customs. But yes, no, we're pumped. If I think we're just gonna dive in, and if
We're
people
just
get
gonna
here
dive in.
later,
Okay,
they can.
so
It'll be recorded. It's fine. If you've been here for 10 minutes waiting for me to get started, I'm so sorry. So hi, Katie Robert, that's me. Hello. Um, we are bringing you special editions of the Dark Olympus series, books 1 through 5, only this time because we are not trying to bankrupt anyone or ourselves with shipping. So if you've been around for a minute, you may notice that Dark Olympus doesn't have very many special editions, and for various reasons they don't. But since we've been doing special editions for like years now at this point, we're like, hey, what if we did it? Like, what then? And no one's going to bring, like, I've always had a vision of like, if I had my dream team, this is who would be participating. Here's how the books would come together. Like, let's make them pieces of art that like really honor the stories that like I love and hopefully you love. Oh, no internet, be cool. So
the dream team, right? Like, you can work with a book box, but you don't have necessarily control over the artists and the designers and how the books get put together. And, you know, most businesses would look at what we're spending on the art and be like, absolutely not, that's not happening. But because this series, we feel like, just deserves to be celebrated, and you guys deserve to be celebrated for continuously showing up for each new release of this series. So it is the absolute dream team that we've put together, like Katie's ideal.
Oh my gosh. So I guess we'll just like sort of walk through the book. Like, I have a sample of, or nope, that's not what this title is. We were talking about Desperate Measures earlier. This is Neon Gods. This is the special edition. Please forgive the silly little marks on there. My family's disgusting and eats food. So they have, they're going to have foiled two-sided, like, reversible dust jackets. These dust jackets we're also sizing them to the paperbacks. So like, if you have the paperbacks and you're like, I really don't need another set of these books, I respect that. We're going to try to give you these gorgeous, gorgeous pieces of art as well. Or we are going to successfully.
And they'll fit on the existing paperbacks that you already got in bookstores.
So like, which, I mean, people do this, they sell dust jackets. Like, that's a thing in this industry, which I recently found out about and was delighted by. I found out about this because of Olivia Dade. Her books are great. You should check them out. She, for one of her or two of her pre-orders, like with the book or the bookseller that she worked with, they like actually sold the pre-orders with like this extra dust jacket that was sized to the paperback. And I was like, oh my God, we could totally do that. Anyways, this is Sid Mills. Sid Mills is a deity among deities, and they put together the most gorgeous, gorgeous artwork for these reversible dust jackets. It's like, when you work with artists, you know, you send them the art brief and you're like, here's the vibe, like, right, here's like the character descriptions, here's like the blurb, here's the whatever. And Sid took that and like was like, here's an essay on the symbolism in each of these pieces. Here's like, you know, like the pomegranate, here's the throne,
the colors, and there's so much thought and symbolism, and like, it is just a labor of love. It's not, this looks pretty. It's like, here's why this, it does look so pretty, but here's why this like resonates with the like themes of the book and these characters and
like in like Radiant Sins, like if you zoom out, it kind of looks like an eyeball with Cassandra's hair as the iris. In like there's just every element of it is just so thoughtful and so intentional and exactly what we had hoped when we contacted them. So that's each book will have the full foil sexy guy and the reversible dust jacket. They are also linen. Oh, that, you can see that really well. They're linen with foil stamps. And again, these are kind of like, if you know, you know, like sort of vibey. Like, I feel like so much about the Dark Olympus is just vibes. It's vibes. Don't ask too many questions. It's fine. But they are linen. They have a sweet little guy, what the fuck is that called? Bookmark? A ribbon bookmark?
The ribbon? Yeah.
Yeah. Then Isabel Bartnicki did the end papers for each of the books. And like, again, so intentional, so gorgeous. The
Mhm.
framing's phenomenal. Everything about it, just like these books are meant to be pieces of art, and like the formatting will all be brand new inside as well. Um, no silly shenanigans with the formatting. And this is the hardest part to show, but so the foil or the foiled end papers, right? But if you
Or the edges.
bend them,
The edges are
they have a
gilded, but yeah, if you
yes,
just
they have a
move them a little
hidden,
bit, oh, it's not coming out a tiny
very
bit.
hidden. Okay, it's very hidden. It's a super secret. It's very hard to photograph because of the gilded edges element. But the art from Sid's art, whoops,
There's a
Sid's
slice
art,
that's
it's like a
revealed when you move
slice.
the
Yeah.
pages.
So we're really excited. They'll all have that. Um, on the, we'll show a thing in a little bit, but they're all like the spines do like a cityscape across the five, and then our designer already planned out the spines for 6 through 10, which will extend it so it'll look like a complete set, even
And
though
like
we're selling them five
sit
and
them
five.
next to each other and it'll be a continuous image across the spines.
And
And
maybe set one is the upper city, and maybe set two is the lower city. Maybe, who knows? So the books are
yes.
cool. The books are cool as shit.
Well,
I'm
and
going to
the
figure out how to
cover
screenshot a
designer
minute. Oh
is
yes, it's
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Turner
Turner
Stokes.
Stokes.
And if you've been in the front of Target recently and been ogling
Yeah,
a sexy looking book, you've probably seen Elizabeth's work in the wild. She designed the cover for Fourth Wing, and those subsequent books. She did
a lot
the
of Red
all the
Tower ones.
covers
Yeah,
for the Black Rose auction, those sexy, sexy covers. That was Elizabeth, and she's just blown this one out of the water.
and I found Elizabeth because she did the covers, the OG covers, not the ones that are out now, the ones with sexy men. She did the OG covers for my O'Malley series. Um, and that's how I like learned who she was. And I was like, "Hello, you are amazing. Work with me forever now." And so she just continues to like
She's the one who
show
managed to give
up
the old school vibes to your monster clinch. Like she got that font perfect
hand
and
lettered. Yeah.
like, oh, she just gets it every time. So
So
yeah.
we pulled all these people together, and we're like, here's these gorgeous, gorgeous books that we are so fucking excited for. But that's not it, right? Like we are going to kind of like, because this campaign is like, yes, it is sexy books. We love sexy books. But also it's kind of like my love letter to you, the reader, of like, I really appreciate the support you've shown this series. And like, if we're going to do special editions, I'd like the like experience of it to be really immersive, if you will. Which originally was going to be, we went in a different direction with this, but I'm really excited. So everybody who buys the book set will get this sweet little like advent calendar card that
We are
has,
kind of addicted to advent calendars, so
we
this is our
are, who's
first
not? We love,
foray.
and each of these, this is the chapter you open in, and then it sends you to a video that's between like 7 to 10 minutes of me just talking about behind the scenes content. There will be one of these for each of the books. Regardless of what you back, you'll either get, the print books will get this silly little card that's really cute and I love it. Everybody will get them digitally as well. Like there'll be a download, like a thing that you can watch them. They're transcribed, so they're super accessible, whichever way you prefer to consume information. And it's me doing this, rambling and being like, want to know how the barrier got put into place? Let's talk about it. Where did 13 come from? I don't know. When did I decide Eros is a feral cat? Like, just, you know, I don't know if they're all your burning questions, but they're things that like I've been asked a lot. So it's like, here's some behind the scenes content where we sort of talk about like why I went in certain directions, why I made certain creative choices. It's just, it's just some extra content if you're a super fan and just want to get into my brain. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be really cool. And like I said, everybody gets digital access. And then if you get the books, you get our little advent calendar, and there will be 6 of these. Or no, that's not how math works. There'll be 5 of these, each with 6. That's how math
I'm just
works.
nodding along, like, yeah, definitely. No, there are 5. There are 5
I
books,
don't. It's
5.
because we've had 6 stories in all the bonkers ones that
So
are
many
in 3
times.
volumes, and so I'm like 6, and it's like, no, Katie, there's 5.
Yep.
Um, Another piece of swag that we have. delighted by his a grumpy Hades and a very not grumpy Persephone. Yes, there's
Can
plushies.
you see?
I
It's like a sheer skirt on Persephone. I I
it's like
need you to know that the plushie makers, they had some questions, and we just rolled with it. I was like,
we
it's
can't do that. And we're like, are you sure you can't do it? Like could
it's
you put some
fine.
like straps up here so it looks like like her
The
gown?
iconic, yeah.
These are tights. It's hard to see. All the clothes, it's fine. The clothes may or may not be removable. It's fine. Do play dolls how you choose. I'm not encouraging anything. But yeah, we got a grumpy Hades, my grumpy son, and his sunshine wife, and these will be as a set. Um, we didn't do the whole pantheon. We didn't do the whole pantheon because somebody has to show resistance, and financially it didn't make sense because these things are expensive. At one point, I was like, "We're doing all of them. We're gonna have like 12 of these," and then Jenny's like, "Is 12 plushies too many?"
Yeah, it's
Probably. It's probably. But these are like the most iconic, and so as such,
grumpy
we got it.
Hades, and we
Yes.
needed Persephone to go with him. So, yeah.
And then I'm gonna try to screen share.
Yeah, we're gonna find out
What could
together if this
possibly
works.
what could possibly go wrong? Oh, it says, "Oh no, I can't do it. Oh no, I don't have system settings." Well, I might not be screen sharing. Listen.
We So I think
Yeah, it won't let me do it.
what we were trying to show off is just those spines together. We'll hopefully have the finished proofs before we launch the campaign, or at some point during the campaign to like physically show them to you. But the mock-up of what those spines are all going to look like together just delights me. It's a cityscape and it all goes together. And then when you line all of the front-facing dust jacket covers up, the like swoosh goes across all of them, and it's just decadent.
We could post a cute little update after this with the graphics
Yeah,
in there.
we'll
Like
put the
we
pictures up
can.
there, but we were gonna
And
try to show you that. And then along with the other swag is I saw Shannon's here. So Shannon Donahue did the coolest maps
the
with like
coolest.
the key locations for each of the 5 books just to like orient you, but they match the vibe, the like Art Deco kind of 20s style vibes of the covers, and just have all these like delicious little details in them, the way
Like
that like only
you wanna
Shannon can do.
see the freaking Hades' Club? We got a little peek there. You wanna see the greenhouse? It's there. Like the little like the places that you would recognize of like, oh, like that's the Winter Gardens where Psyche and Eros like shared that moment. Like that's shown, and it's so cool. It's so cool. Um, and then
And
we're
then
also
actual
Shannon.
Muse watches. Oh,
Oh yes, yes. Actual Muse watches. They're gonna be like bifold, like front, back, and inner spread sounds like a way. Not what I meant, but the other really cool thing about this particular project is that Shannon did some really cool, like, sort of if you know, you know logos. And we put them together to form teams. And so when you back the project, um, which, like, I guess, a rewind, if you are not familiar with crowdfunding, it is basically we run the campaign for, I think we're running for like 24 days or something like that. It's from like the 4th to the 27th. So whatever
mhm.
that math is, it's not 24.
It's fine.
Basically, you are like, you do a little shopping. You're like, oh, I like that. So I'm going to like pledge, which is basically you're ordering. And then at the end of the campaign on the 27th, it will end and then you'll be charged at that point. It's not like a charge as you go thing. But when you first back, you'll pick your stuff and you're like, oh, yay. And then it will be like, hey, buddy, what team do you want to join? And the teams are divided by books. So like Team Neon Gods, Team Electric Idol, etc. And from there, you join up a team. And if you back in the first 48 hours, you will automatically get a sticker that says team, whatever your team is. So like Team Neon Gods with this really cool logo. If you have looked at the pre-launch party, you scroll down, you can see all the art there. Excuse me. But and then we're gonna have like trivia and stuff. We're also gonna have live streams where Jenny stumps me with trivia about my own world.
Yeah, I've been pulling the trivia from the books for you guys to do, and I'm like, this has to be reasonable. Like, we don't want anybody being like, I'm gonna look back through the books. Like, I want it to be like reasonable that you could guess this if you've read the books and like remember anything. But some of the trivia I came up with, I was like, this is impossible. And then I was like, yes, when we live stream, I'm gonna try to stump Katie with information about her own books. And
it's going to happen because I have the memory of like something, a sieve, colander, things with holes in it, Swiss cheese. Um, like, did I
figures
write
of
that book?
speech. It's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
So we'll see if we can stump her and stump you watching it. But
And
on
if
the actual
you,
backer kit page, you'll be
yes,
able to fill out the non-ridiculous trivia. We'll do throughout the campaign. You can do the trivia, and it'll be a competition between the 5 different teams on percentage of accuracy, not number you get right. So if one team has more, it's fine. And we have some team captains who are going to be helping us to hype things up. And
so
we'll also probably have some polls in there. Katie has
yeah.
proposed some really fun things. I don't know if you want to tease any of those,
Do you
but
want to name one of the second generation future? Because so I'm writing a second generation or next gen, if you will, of Wicked Villains. But by my timetable, which may or may not be accurate, the second, like eventually, because Dark Olympus takes place chronologically, like a little over a year, which is nuts. But like from beginning of Neon Gods to end of Shattered Gods, which is book 10, it's a little over a year. So realistically, when those couples and thruples and morples go have babies, they will be the same age as the Wicked Villain children who were born after the end of that series. And so maybe they'll show up in the next gen series. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out together. But do you want to name them? You want to name them? Sure you do.
yeah, we'll get backers to vote on stuff like that in polls in between the trivia. And 16.
That's amazing. 16 books is so many. Oh, and the other cool thing that's going to be for this. So at the end of the campaign, like it ends, yay, we did it. We send about 2 weeks after that, we send a survey that's like, hey, here's any last chance to nab stuff. Some questions about like, where's your address, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things in there is like, you're going to have a chance to, when we print the books at the back of them, have your name in them. And so like your team book. So like if your team, Cruel Seduction, like, and you fill out your survey within the allotted time, which we will post everywhere. We're going to give you, I think, a little less than a week because we have to do the thing. But as long as you fill out your survey and give us your name, we will put it in the book and it'll be printed in the book as like a thank you to Team Neon Gods or Team Electric Idol or Team Wicked Beauty. The team captains will be listed there, and then the team members who fill out their surveys will be listed there in the back. So you're kind of immortalized with the series, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's a really fun one. I almost forgot to bring that up, but getting your name in the back
so
of one of your favorite books is very exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we're gonna do, or either we or me are gonna do an AMA, which like I might make Jenny come with me. Around, you might be on a cruise ship.
Yeah, but I might have Wi-Fi, so we'll see.
We'll see. But on approximately February 27th, it'll be on the backer kit page of like the next live stream. Like we'll have it scheduled there properly. And now that I know what I'm doing, it'll be so exciting. We kind of an AMA, which will be like it can be about the project, it can be about like whatever, it could be about like Katie just finished Shattered Gods literally yesterday. I finished book 10 yesterday and turned it into my editor. We can talk about that. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Do you guys have questions
like
now, though? Feel free to drop some in the comments, as I think we're a little bit ahead of you, but feel free to drop questions in the comments if any of this isn't making sense, or you're new to crowdfunding and you don't understand any of it, or you want to know how any of it will work. Let us know. I'm assuming the excitement that we're seeing now is for getting their names in the back of the book. So,
or
Marissa, you've got 16 physical books, but do any of them have your name in them?
Also, happy birthday in advance. Like, gosh, this week might have been the longest week in existence, but you're almost to your birthday, and that's exciting. I'm almost to actually, we're both. Your birthday is right by mine, isn't it, Jenny? Oh, what are the
Mm-mm.
price points? We actually have answers to this. We do. Okay. So the book set is going to be 250 US dollars. So it's and then the book jacket set, like the five of them, is going to be 60, all USD, 60. And then there will be like a one click, like I want everything, but like tier that is oh shit, 360, I think. I think it's
Yeah, I had
360. I
it.
think that's what the
It's
math
what
out
the
because
cost of all it would be plus a 15% discount. Or, and so you can hit that button to get everything included, or you can get this stuff a la carte. So you could be like, I just want the books and the plushies, or
yeah,
I just
or
want the books and Shannon's maps, or whichever pieces you want.
and shipping will be charged at a later date. We're doing it a little different this time because we're doing it through BackerKit instead of Kickstarter, and so they have all the data saying that shipping being charged separate is the best practice, and so that's kind of what we're doing, and it will be a more accurate shipping cost as a result. We'll have more on the shipping component of it like before we launch because I have to go. I don't I can't rest until I like mock up the packages and like run scenarios of what the shipping will be. But it's it'll be like months later when yes, the dust jackets are officially gold and black. Sorry, I have to go back, but the dust jackets will be gold and black. All of them will be gold and black. Um, we will post all the covers and
I
the
wonder
naked cases.
if Hardy Girl means the slipcase, what the vote was.
Oh, yes. The slipcase is gold and black. People who followed the project got to vote whether it was going to be black on black or gold on black, and gold won handily.
Yeah, like 75% or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh, and
was.
the other thing that we forgot to talk about is there will be the option of for folks who have a little extra and want to give, can donate a book set or donate in $10 increments to a book set fund. Sorry, gift a book set, donate to the book set fund. We will be matching one for one of every set that is donated. And then there will be a list of people. It's like if you can't afford, I mean, it's honor system. We're not gonna whatever, but like if you can't afford like the book set and really want it, like you can be put on a wait list that'll be lottery based on how we draw, depending on like what kind of
Yeah,
like
so
response we
people
get
can
from
either
readers.
add on an additional whole set of books to gift to somebody else and we'll match it. So anytime somebody buys a gift, they're really buying two.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to give a little extra, we'll kind of pool it all together and match whatever that is to come up with that number of book sets. And the other component that might be important is there's a built-in payment plan on BackerKit. So it will charge everybody on the 27th when the campaign ends, but you'll automatically have the option to split that into, I want to say it's 3 payments or 4 payments. I should have
I think
looked
it's
that up
yeah,
before we,
it's three. I think it's three, but it might be four. I don't know. It's
I can look
all
really
it's
quick,
all
but
very official. um,
but yeah, that's not something we control. It's automatically built into, it's 4 monthly installments.
okay, yeah. So that's the
And
payment
there's
plan
no
option that
fees
is
for
through.
that. There's no
Mhm.
like interest or anything. It's just a thing
But
that
it's also
BackerKit
through
does.
BackerKit. It's not through us directly, and so that kind of any like stuff there is through BackerKit. They have it set up automatically as an option, kind of like anytime you check out and you're like, oh, if I want to do a payment thing, like it's very similar to that, I think.
Yeah, you can say like pay over time and it's
Yeah.
4 monthly payments. So it would be split in 4 and you would just do it once a month and it would automatically go through them.
Um, yes,
There are
we will be doing the rest of
definitely,
this
yeah, we'll
series.
finish it.
It's not going to be probably until like 2027 because so the final book comes out as of right now, subject to change, like spring or summer of 2026, which I realize
Mhm.
is next year, and that makes me so uncomfortable. But like it comes out like mid next year. So we're not going to do the special editions until the books are all out, have been out for a minute, kind of like how we did with this. Like Cruel Seduction came out a while ago, a couple books ago, and so it's just kind of gives. It's like this is a special thing, and then like if you bought it in print, you can. Well, it'll be the same setup: dust jackets, book set, various merch things.
And they'll match.
But they will match.
If you weren't here earlier, so the two halves and the slip cases you can slide together, and like the spines will all make one image of a sky, a cityscape that goes all the way across of the upper and the lower city, and they'll be the same everything. Like it'll be, we promise we won't make them different sizes or the monstrous things that people do in the middle of a series.
I might have done that with Deal with a Demon. We don't have to talk about it. It was an accident, and I can't fix it now. But yeah, no, when we went to Elizabeth Turner Stokes, who's our designer for from the ground up for this project, we're like, it's going to be all the books, but like selling a 10 book set is just really price prohibitive for like everybody. The shipping's really, really expensive.
It would be so heavy. It would just, I think would just
it's really just a little too much
on all fronts.
And also we're impatient and didn't want to wait. So like it all kind of came together to do like, let's just do part 1 and then we'll do part 2. The books are only available as a set because they come from our printer packaged with the slipcase. And so that kind of is like the thing. Just because it would have been like really unwieldy to try to sell them on an individual basis, because then we'd have to order them. Like it'd be complete. It just is not feasible. And so we're doing them as a set. And this will be kind of the only time to get it because we're under subcontract with my publisher. And so while we're going to try to sell, like have the option to buy these with the next Kickstarter in like 2 years, we don't know. That contract has not been signed. And so, it's
contractually right now, we can only do them as part of this.
Yes. So it'll be kind of a, yes, I have done it with Wicked Villains to some degree. We're also kind of getting not special editions per se, but deluxe editions that have started re-releasing with them with like covers that I would have done. Like if I was going to update Wicked Villains before the 2nd gen came out, and then I was like, my editor's like, actually, I would really like those. Thank you. And so I asked her, basically in my contract, I had creative control of the covers and stuff. And thankfully she was like, yes. So those covers are what I would have commissioned myself if I had done them myself for a special edition. And now they're on the paperback.
So good.
So the first one is out. Learn My Lesson and A Worthy Opponent come out this year. The cover's already revealed. And then the final 3 books come out early next year, like pretty quickly, I think. So the whole 6 series will be out right before next gen starts. Oh God, it's happening. So, so we'll see. We'll see if we do this kind of stuff with other series. We're sort of doing a trial by with me as the guinea pig of like, how's this work? Like contracting with publishers, doing it this way instead of having brand new stories like we have historically, and then we'll also be doing next year. Y'all are not ready. But I digress.
I was about to say, I almost gave away, just blurted out season 4 of we will have 6 new stories and 4 ridiculously cool authors like that make me fangirl. And I don't think we've announced the theme yet. It is one fairy tale that all of us are retelling differently. And I think Katie saw somebody saying something was overdone, and it's like literally nothing can be overdone, because if you put it in a different author's hands, they're going to do something really cool and different with it. So all of us are putting our own spin on the same fairy tale.
When it's also it's really like cool. The overdone conversation, which like I could jump on my little pedestal and give a lecture about that. I won't. I'll resist. It's fine. But also, if you've been on Threads at all in the last like 6 months, like you can't throw a stone without some random person being accused of copying Sarah J. Maas. Sometimes who are published 10 years before her, but regardless. But it's that kind of thing of like, I encountered this thing for the first time with this property, this author, this movie, this whatever, so therefore that must be the original, and anybody else is copying. And like, you can't, again, not going to get on my pedestal, but I was like, you know what? Like, what if, like, Jenny and I talked about it, and like, Jenny listened to me rant so much. And then we're like, what if we like gave everybody the same source material and just said, write a sexy romance based on this as much or as little as you want. And then we'll just see what happens. And people said yes. That I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure you're saying yes to us right now? So I'm eager to read the stories for my own sake, which means that you benefit. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very, very excited for that. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then who knows if this one goes well, we may do special editions of, I don't know, another series that we're really excited about.
I have a list. I'm not gonna lie. I have a list of authors that I'm like, oh my God, I love your books. And like, you have been skipped over systematically in the special edition craze in the last couple of years. Maybe because they've been publishing for quite a while before that. And so, they had that core audience, but they're not necessarily like the flashy new thing. And so they aren't getting the promotion that I think they deserve. And Jenny and I have really similar tastes, so I'm pretty sure our lists
Yeah,
are very
frighteningly so. I'm like, if Katie didn't recommend it, I'm not enjoying it right now. Katie, give me another book.
Listen, I can't because I'm reading horror right now, and you don't like horror, and
I know. I'm just a big baby.
it's fine. But
Scaredy
Jenny, you
cat.
could have like, I don't know what I can say on YouTube. You could have a
Oh,
in an armpit.
that text the other. Oh, guys.
Listen, sorry, I got to read an advanced copy of Spread Me by Sarah Gailey. I'm not gonna like gatekeep this for you. It's coming out in September, right? It's not out yet. I've never been so giddily scandalized by a horror. It's erotic horror, but like the erotic elements are like meant to terrify, not to entice. And it's just like I'm sending Jenny all cap text with pictures of my face and also ranting giddily. Like, and I say ranting like in a positive way, not in a negative way, to my husband about the scene I just read. My husband, who just had hernia surgery and was drugged to the gills, I'm pretty sure he thinks he hallucinated that entire conversation.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like the premise is very similar to like The Thing, where it's like isolated research facility. Something might be, your coworkers and partners and whatever they might not be themselves. But also the Thing might want to just go to Pound Town. Maybe. I don't know. Like, it's so good. I enjoyed it so much. I was just like the entire time that I was reading it, and yes, Peace While You Can is also great.
Is that more horror?
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
yeah,
I made it
horror.
through the Wolf Shifter one, and that was kind of, there was some
but that was like the romance was the horror. Sorry, we are special edition.
Like a special edition of your text threads. I did tell Katie that I was going to frame that particular one of her describing or them describing what they had seen in this book, and then just like the face of like,
oh, I posted that shit on Threads. I have no shame. It's called Spread Me by Sarah Gailey. It is out in September. It is up for pre-order now. And yeah, if you like horror and you don't mind body horror, because there's an element of that, it's not particularly long. It's phenomenal. Sarah Gailey's is great. You should read their books. But yeah, so I will say Feast While You Can actually scared me a little bit. Like, but the relationships are so good, and it's the sapphic romance at the center of it, and it's just, there's just, like possession stuff I find frightening, and I don't know, they did such a good job with it. Anyways, yeah. All right, sorry. If you like throw me any kind of like loop, I will be like, let's talk about books. So I recognize that's not why everyone's here, and that's okay.
Well, for books, but your books
yes.
that we're very excited about. And so yeah, I think we've covered the sort of meat of it, and we are ready to do the thing. We promise not to push the button early, but it does launch in March.
Yes.
and there will be a little bit of early access, but I don't know that we've talked about that yet, but it's fine.
We'll probably post an update either tonight or tomorrow with like the pictures that I could not screen share because I was not prepared. And also like I guess the price points and stuff just so that like
Mhm.
if you're saving or planning and also the donation elements. Because that was I've talked about it elsewhere, but I haven't talked about it like on the actual project. So I will do that. So yeah, expect an update in the next like day or two. And it's gonna be we're really excited.
Yeah,
Oh,
very excited.
all right. So I think we're gonna end the stream if I can
Yeah.
figure out how. No, there's a button. There's a button. It's fine. It's a big red button. But thank you everybody for coming out. Again, I will be here on like the 27th ish. It'll be on the backer kit of like the next stream. To just do an
I think
AMA.
if you're watching this later, you can
Yeah.
also post comments on the update that will go along with it, I think. And we'll keep an eye out for those and pop by and answer them if there's anything that you're wondering in the meantime, because we want you to be ready
Yes.
to
All
go.
right. Yay.
Okay.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
It's lovely chatting with you.